Let me take you back to that fateful night of April 15, 1912, when the unsinkable Titanic met its tragic end. But today, we're not just talking about the disaster, we're diving into the remarkable stories of three survivors who lived to tell their tales. First, meet Charles Ligholler, the highest-ranking officer to survive the Titanic. As second officer, he followed the women and children first protocol to the letter, helping countless passengers into lifeboats. But his own survival story is nothing short of miraculous. As the ship made its final plunge, Ligholler was sucked under by a downward rush of water. However, a blast of hot air from a ventilation shaft suddenly shot him back to the surface. He managed to climb onto an overturned collapsible lifeboat, where he led 30 other men to survival through the freezing night. But that wasn't the end of Lighholler's heroic journey. Years later, at age 66, he would help evacuate Allied troops from Dunkirk during World War II with his personal yacht. Then there's the unsinkable Molly Brown, a nickname she earned that night. Margaret Brown wasn't your typical first-class passenger. Born into a working-class family, she married a miner who struck gold, catapulting them into high society. When the Titanic started sinking, Molly didn't just save herself, she helped others into lifeboats and even argued with crew members to return for more survivors. In Lifeboat 6, she kept spirits high by sharing her warm clothes and rowing for hours. Her story later inspired a Broadway musical and film, The Unsinkable Molly Brown. But perhaps the most incredible survivor story belongs to Arthur John Priest, nicknamed the Unsinkable Stoker. Working in the Titanic's boiler room, he survived the disaster by swimming in the freezing water until he was rescued. But here's the twist: the Titanic wasn't his only brush with maritime disaster. Priest survived 5 shipwrecks throughout his career, including the HMS Alcantara and the HMHS Britannic. His colleagues started calling him the Jonah of the sea, believing he brought bad luck to ships. Despite these near-death experiences, Priest continued working at sea until his retirement. These 3 incredible stories remind us that amid great tragedy, there can be extraordinary tales of survival, courage, and resilience. While the Titanic's sinking remains one of history's most famous disasters, these survivor stories show us the remarkable strength of the human spirit in the face of seemingly impossible odds. Their legacies live on, not just as Titanic survivors, but as testaments to human endurance and bravery. Do these things so we can get 100 subs.